All right, I'm just gonna say it. The last 2 weeks, I've been on the struggle bus. It's been really hard. My quads have just felt like they are big, full, and it's uncomfortable to run even at AZ pace. I've had to stop, modify, give up on multiple runs the last couple weeks. And I feel like my back is up against the ropes and that this week is make or break. During this training block, my coach has me running at marathon pace for multiple miles at a time. And I just haven't been able to do it the last couple weeks. And it's got me real frustrated. And to be honest, there's been moments where I feel like I'm gonna not make it to qualifying at Grandma's and I maybe just need to give up. But with my back up against the ropes, and this is what seems to be like a make or break it week, I'm gonna be making 9 different changes that I feel like are gonna make dramatic changes. Each one of the 9 are not major, but when you add up all of them, it adds up to being pretty significant change. And you know, I've been here before. During the Houston training block, I had a couple weeks just like this, where I just couldn't finish runs. I had to give up, I had to stop, I had to slow down. And during that training block, there was something specific. It was about when I was taking my vitamins, which seems odd, but it dramatically changed when I took my vitamins. And it's important to know your body and what's going on, and learning over a long period of time what's going on and how to make some changes. So during this video, I want to walk you through the 9 changes that I'm going to be making over this week that I believe are going to make a dramatic change in my ability to hit marathon pace, hold marathon pace, and get back on track for qualifying. If you're new to the channel, I'm Ryan, and I'm a 47-year-old average runner trying to do something not so average. I'm looking to qualify for the Boston Marathon in June at the Grandma's Marathon. And this series of videos is walking us through what I'm doing on a weekly basis to get ready to qualify. All right, so the first change I'm going to be making is getting serious about my recovery. My body has been telling me that I'm not recovering well. And I know that because my HRV has been low and my resting heart rate has been high. So that tells me that my body is not adapting well to stress. So I've had some added stress at work. I've had some added stress by adding puppies to the house, and I'm increasing the stress on my body through the increased workouts as we build for Grandma's Marathon. So all of this is increasing stress, and I'm not allowing the body to recover as well. So I've got to get serious again about Monday nights, particularly getting in the red light, getting in the sauna, getting on the hydro machine, and taking Monday completely off from running. It gives me a full day to recover, a full day to rest, a full day to plan and prepare, and really get ready for a hard week's effort. Happy Tuesday to you. As you can see, today we are at the track. Let me tell you what we did. So we did a 2-mile warm-up.
Like what, 3.5 hours? So we're in like an 8 hour. You guys. Yeah. I'll probably do that.
And we did 8 by 2 minutes at threshold. So it was a great day, it was a great workout, tough in the dark, but we got it done, and now it's time to go home and get to work. Well, welcome to Wednesday. Today is February 18th, which is Ash Wednesday, which is the start of 40 days of preparation for Easter. So it's a special day, and today we've got 1 hour easy pace run. So I'm here at one of my favorite places, which is Mitch Park. We're usually here on Thursdays with the crew, but we've moved tomorrow's run to a different location. So today I'm here at Mitch, gonna do some solo miles and just kind of easy pace, making sure just get those 80% of easy pace run, and just gonna enjoy the weather today because one of my changes is mental toughness, focusing in on the winter months that are tough for me. I'm from Southern California, so the cold here in Oklahoma still, after 15 years, is still tough. Dark mornings, cold mornings, sub 30 weather, ice, snow, all the things. So on a day like this, where it's sunny and it's warmer weather, I come out here and really enjoy it. And there's this really interesting article by Dan Church that he just put out this week talking about vitamin D deficiency. And he says that the month of February is the hardest month with the most depletion of vitamin D. He says up to 70% of depletion of vitamin D, which is going to affect all kinds of things: testosterone, motivation, recovery, mental toughness. And so it's a real thing. And so in the article, he talks about taking vitamin D in multiple ways. One, through food like eggs, fatty fish, things like that, but also your vitamins. But really interesting, he says that vitamin D is fat soluble, so you've got to take your D with some fatty food. So if you're taking vitamin D with an empty stomach and some coffee, it's really not doing anything. So he suggests making sure you take vitamin D with your fatty meal. So some beef, some eggs, something like that, that's going to really help that D absorb. But then he also says that in order to really amplify that vitamin D is to take it with magnesium and K2. That those are going to come around and supplement those and really amplify the effects of that vitamin D pill. He talks about it that vitamin D alone is like bringing on a superstar to your basketball team and not having anybody to play around him. And so he says that magnesium and vitamin K2 is like bringing some other all-star players around that lead player to really amplify the play and make sure that the whole team is strong and not just having one strong player. So vitamin D deficiency is a real thing, and he says that it's at the highest in February. And so I'll put a link to that article in the comments. So it's not that I've been really laxed and just eating whatever I want. It's just that I haven't been super focused on counting all my macros. So I got to get back in there and count all my macros, my fats, my proteins, and my carbs, making sure they're all at the right percentages. Here's where I'm at right now with my current macros. And I'm about the body weight that I want to be at. I'd like to lose just a little tiny bit before grandma's, but right now I feel pretty good. And so I'm not really in a calorie deficit. I'm just trying to maintain, but I would like to continue to transform my body composition. So increase muscle while I decrease fat. So I want to be a little bit lower and tighter on my fats to make sure that I just keep my body composition changing and getting stronger as we build for this Grandma's Marathon. For breakfast, I usually eat either some Greek yogurt with some granola on it, or I'll eat 2 eggs, 3 eggs with some sourdough, maybe some chicken sausage. And then for lunch, I usually have some chicken with white rice and a veggie mix. And then I usually have a protein shake about 3:30. And then in the morning, about 10 o'clock, I'll have some type of a snack with like some nuts
something like that. And then for dinner, I usually just eat whatever the family's eating. Now, our family eats pretty healthy. Sarah's done a great job of modifying recipes. So typically we'll double the beef, double the chicken, substitute out some of the other ingredients to be healthier ingredients. So for example, this is a really cool one that we've done, which is substitute sour cream for plain Greek yogurt. Try it out. You won't even know the difference. On these easy pace runs, it's important to stay easy. So I usually start off almost 2.5 to 3 minutes slower than my marathon pace for that first mile or two, and then settle in about 1.5 minutes above marathon pace for the rest of my miles. So settle in, take it easy. What's up, bro?
Good morning.
Settle in. Easy days, easy. Another one of the big changes I'm going to be making is for Lent, which starts today. I'll be cutting out all soda. So for a while, the last few months, my caffeine intake has been pretty out of control. Probably 2 to 3 times the amount I normally take in. So stress, caffeine, and it's all going to spike heart rate and lower your performance and recovery time. So for Lent, next 40 days, let's see how we do with no soda. Or if you're in other parts of the country, pop, cola, bubbly drink. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys call it? I just call it soda, or Coke, or a Dr. Pepper. I know other people call it different things. So for 40 days, no more soda. I'll still have some caffeine in my pre-run carb mix, but it's only about 50 grams. So why give up soda for Lent? Well, it's supposed to be a fast, something that's hard, something that's tough. And with all this training that I'm doing and with how well I eat, typically, it's hard to cut out. I can't cut out like chicken, I can't cut out meals because I got to keep my calories high, I got to keep my macros high. And so cut out something that I can easily cut out, but it's very hard. So soda, I don't need it. It's not so much about the caffeine, although that is a big part of it because it got out of control. But soda, giving that up for 40 days is going to be very tough. No Dr. Peppers, no energy drinks, nothing like that for 40 days. That is sacrificial. That is a fast. So that's why I chose soda. All right, just wrapped up 1 hour easy pace. Got in 7 miles, which puts us right at about a 8:34 pace, which is right about where I want to be. That puts us about a minute 20, minute 25 above marathon pace. So that's great. Mitch has some rolling hills, so it's a little tough. The heart rate got up a little bit on some of those, but overall, great run for the day. All right, so I'm out today on a 20-minute weighted vest walk. I'm usually doing this on the treadmill with the incline or on the stair stepper at the gym. But today the weather is beautiful and I had a meeting cancel, so I had some extra time. But the idea is to do about a 10 to 12% incline on the treadmill or on the stair stepper. And what you're doing is creating local stress on the body without the global impact. So local stress on the legs, hamstrings, quads, glutes, without the global impact on the nervous system, the hormonal system, and the heart rate. So we're trying to build some extra strength and resilience in the legs to hold faster mile pace for those late miles of the marathon. So we're trying something new. What I love is my coach is always thinking about new ways to make me better, to make us better as a team, and trying new things. And I would encourage you to try it out. I've been doing it for a couple weeks. It's pretty easy to throw in a couple 20-minute workouts here and there, especially if you have a treadmill at home. That makes it even easier. But today is a beautiful day, and I can do what I need to do outside today. So here we are. All right, so Wednesday nights, I typically go to the gym after I drop my daughter off at church for a youth group. I go there, usually do an upper body workout, but tonight, because we have Lent kicking off, we have a worship night at our church to celebrate the beginning of the Lent season and to prepare for our fasting. And so tonight we're gonna be worshiping together as a church, and so I'll have to modify when I go to the gym this week, but excited to bring you guys along.
Let it be a sweet, sweet sound in your ear. All in King Jesus, all in the Savior of the world, all in King Jesus, all in the Lord of heaven and earth.
All right, we just got home from the worship night, and I am hungry, ready for a snack, and I've got to gear up for a big, hard effort tomorrow. I'm calling Thursdays Tell the Truth Thursday because my coach has me doing long holds of marathon pace, and so tomorrow I've got 6 miles at marathon pace, and like I've been saying, the last couple weeks have not gone well, and so tomorrow is going to be a major checkup. So I need to get some protein in, I need to get some carbs in for tonight. So what I'm gonna do as a kind of a late night snack is I'm going to make some ramen noodles. These are some pretty healthy kind of brown rice kind of noodles. I'm gonna do half water, half bone broth for some extra protein. I'm gonna do some chicken, and then I'm gonna do some beef, and I'll throw in just like some peas and carrots and stuff like that, as well as some soy sauce, but I substitute that out for Bragg's amino acids, as well as I'll do some sriracha and everything bagel seasoning, stuff like that. So this is a good late night snack. It's high protein, good carbs, and fills you up. So let's do it. Today's Thursday, or what I'm calling Tell the Truth Thursday. And the reason why I'm saying that is because today is when it all comes together. To be honest, I'm pretty nervous about the run today because the last 2 weeks I have not been able to complete this run. I've had to modify it, I've had to stop, I've had to just even take breaks during this run, and so today I'm really hoping that we're able to go out and crush this thing. We've got a couple miles of warm-up, and then we've got 6 miles at marathon pace. I'm pretty sure it's a 2-mile warm-up and then 6 miles of marathon pace. So I'm scared, I'm nervous, but you know, if you want to get faster, you've got to do runs that scare you. You've got to do some runs that are intimidating, some runs that push you to your limits. You know, I've never been the guy that like throws up in the middle of a run or at the end of a run, so maybe I've never pushed myself to my limits, but this should feel like one of those type of runs where you're just pushing yourself to the limits here. We're gonna see how it goes, and we're gonna get out there and make it happen today. So I've been making a bunch of those little changes that we've been talking about in this video, so we're gonna see if it's paying off. Still got more to make and still more time to allow those to take effect, right? A lot of these changes aren't instant. They take time for your body to adapt. It takes time for, when you lower caffeine, it takes time for that to really get out of your system. When you're adding more vitamins or different macros or sleep, those things take time to add up or compound to really take effect in your body. So these aren't overnight things. These are compounding long-term changes that are going to have impact. But today, I think I've made enough changes that I'm hoping, really believing that we're going to see a big impact for today's run. So let's get out there and make it happen. All right, 2 mile warm up done. Now we started 7-minute mile pace. Trying to get 6 miles here. It's cold and windy. Not the ideal day, but you can't wait for the ideal day. Gotta get after it. Trying to get settled in here. All right, mile 1, 7:05. Feeling good. The legs feel good. My breathing is a little high. That's expected. Feeling good. All right, mile 2, 7:10. I can feel it in my quads. They're getting worked. My breathing is staying pretty high, but manageable. My quads are definitely feeling worked. All right, mile 3 done. 7:07. Back at the car for some refueling and take off my jacket, and then we'll hit these last 3. But feels good, legs feel good. Although I'm maxing out my aerobic effort, it's there. It's just maxing out. Well, the last couple of weeks, I couldn't even get there. It just was painful and hard. So refueling here, then gonna wrap up these last 3. Let's go get it. All right, marathon mile 4, 7:04. Quick break. These are getting hard, so a little recovery here on 4. And also, you'll notice I'm wearing my headphones. On a lot of my runs, I don't wear headphones, and part of it is I want to be present when I can, as much as I can with my running, but also it makes days like this, really hard efforts, when I do have to get in there and grind, put music on, it makes it special, it makes it unique, new songs, new energy, and it's not like the same old. Also, when you're choosing songs, make sure to choose them right. I got some like oldies on right now, and it's just not doing me right. So I gotta switch over some different music to finish up these last 2. So probably gonna slow these down a little bit, probably get more into the 7:10, 7:15 range and finish up these last 2, but feeling great so far. Much better than the last 2 weeks. All right, mile 5 at marathon. That was 7:11. Feels good. Most of that was into the wind. A little bit tough, but we're still going. We got 1 mile left. 7:15 on this one would be great. Let's see what we got. Last one. Boom! Done. All right, that last mile was a 7:16. Come on, man. We did a 7:09, 7:05, 7:10, 7:07, 7:05, 7:12, 7:16. That felt good. We're back, baby. Oh man, back up against the wall. Coach and I were considering having to slow down the training, but we're back. We're back. We're back. Come on. Whew. Man, all these little changes make a massive difference. I feel good. We're back. Man, there's gonna be weeks where you just feel like giving up. We're questioning if you can make it. It's great to have a team that is behind you, a coach that gets creative and helps you, pushes you. But it's really up to you as well to make those changes. Do all these changes that we're talking about in this video. Whew, we're back. Let's get after it. Let's go. All right, Thursday night, we're at the gym, making up for missing last night because of the worship night. All right, so tonight we got in some incline press, chest press, iso high row, chest fly, back fly, bicep curl machine, and then the tri extensions. Today's Friday, which means I'm going to be substituting about an hour run for a cycling. Every Friday I meet with a group of guys and I set up a table, put my computer on there, and then during that meeting I cycle. It's easy to substitute cycling for running. Typically I like to do about 3 to 4 miles of cycling equals about 1 mile of running. So I typically just do kind of like a 10-minute pace. So if I'm cycling for an hour, I'll just kind of give myself credit for about 6 miles. To another tip that I really need to dial back in and get more serious about, which is scheduling. So taking a Sunday or a Monday to schedule out in detail your workouts for the whole week. It's really tough to just kind of do it on the fly. You know, when your alarm clock goes off at 5 a.m. to sit there and be like, well, do I have meetings today or should I move it? Should I do it tonight? Just, you need to have it scheduled. I'm gonna wake up at this time. I'm gonna do my run this morning. I'm gonna do my workouts on this night. When you've got a big line of treadmills, it's important to pick the right TV show. You're gonna be watching it for over an hour, hour and a half. So, Friends it is. Back at the house now after a great 10 miles on the treadmill. For breakfast, we're gonna have some Kodiak pancakes. These are high protein pancakes. Add milk, add eggs for even some more added protein. And then what I do is I put peanut butter on instead of regular butter. Then I put some honey and some cinnamon, and then a little bit of pure maple syrup. And we'll have 2 eggs with that, and it'll be a great recovery meal. Sunday morning means leg day at the gym. So this morning got a good workout in, felt really good. Started out with back squats, did 3 sets of those. Maxed set was 205. And then we did reverse lunges. These are great single leg workouts. Max set there was at 95. Still working up on those. Still got some room to grow there, but really trying to get used to the form and really zero in on the single leg effort there. And then did step ups, did max weight of 45, and again, really good single leg exercise there. Then did some farmer carry, and then did standing calf raises. Did a max set of 150 on those. And single leg hinges, I don't think that's actually the word or the name of those, but that's just what I'm calling them right now. I'm still really new to those. I haven't done them very often. It's been a long time since I've done them, so did a max set of 40 on that one. and then did 20 minutes on the stair stepper, stair master, stair climber, whatever, with a 40-pound weighted vest on. So overall, great morning hitting legs. So for example, you'll see the first one is introvert here, right? And the second one is extrovert. Sunday after church, I dropped my daughter off at cheer and got a couple hours while she's at cheer. And so I go for a run during that time. For fuel, I will use a Go bar. And then I bring G1M Sport in a bag and some water. So I'll fuel up with those and then go for a run. And then I pick her up and we head back home. So today we've got about an hour. We're going to get about 7-ish miles and wrap up for the week.